Hey, it's Kim Commando Today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. So here's a little fun fact for you.
Yes.
Make you sound super smart at dinner parties. Maybe you can use this on your other show. That there are 49 states. Out of how many states?
No, there's 50. You're wrong. We're starting the show off. There's 50 states,
No,
Kim.
there are. You didn't let me finish my sentence. My gosh. 49 states that have designated distracted driving laws.
Oh, really? It's not 50 for 50.
Nope. Okay. So which state does not have a law? So like it's okay if you text and drive, watch movies and drive. What state is that permitted in?
Whoever I say is going to be an indictment of those people because I think about them negatively. Is it in the South?
Nope.
Oh, then I was going to be way off.
Nope. Not in the South.
New Jersey.
Nope. Not in the Northeast. You're getting close.
All right. I got a region, 2 regions of the country.
Okay.
California?
Nope.
Idaho?
Nope.
Oregon?
No.
Arizona?
No.
All right. I don't know.
Did you forget all the states? You ran out of states?
Sheboygan? Is that
Yes.
a state? Canada?
Montana.
They barely have roads.
Montana, where the official state bird is a mosquito.
It's not a bird.
And a 7-course meal is a steak and a 6-pack. That's right. Montana.
All right, so I can just go texting all through Montana. No big deal. Not breaking any laws.
Nope, that's it. Montana would be fine with you.
Well, I mean, but when there's cows to the left of you, corn to the right, I mean, how much damage can you actually do?
Well, that's because there aren't that many people in Montana.
Yeah.
You could say it's MT.
I could say that's it's an abbreviation for the state. MT. Got it.
Oh, so clever.
Welcome back.
So clever on that. Yes. It's Kim Commando Today. It's your fun podcast about all things digital. Of course, I am Kim Commando, and joining me is our amazing gentleman who on Friday nights you can watch him tickle the ivories at your local VFW.
What are you talking about? You started with tickle, and I'm like, where is this going to go? Should find out about my OnlyFans live cast?
It's Andrew Babinski. Give it up for Andrew. What do we need them to do, Andrew?
They need to like this show. This is a live version of Kim Commando Today.
Right.
And if you like it, the algorithm is like, oh, someone's interested. Maybe we should show this to more people. Then if you share it, the algorithm gets like hot and bothered. They're like, wow. This is... Then if you comment and someone comments on your comment, the algorithm doesn't know what to do, explodes all over YouTube.
They go crazy.
Absolutely.
Just
I love
crazy.
It. So that's all we're asking. Just like, comment, share, and then follow.
Well, and what happens if you follow?
Oh, if you follow, it's nice. It helps us.
It is.
It tells you when the show starts. Those first 3, boy, those are important.
Well, when you follow, what happens is that upstairs there's a bell.
Is there?
And every time somebody follows us on YouTube, it goes bing.
Really?
Bing.
Is that right next to the iced tea machine?
And then when somebody unfollows,
oh no, what happens?
The air conditioner goes down by 2 degrees.
It's a rough week on Kim Commando today.
Somebody, please follow us. It's 182 degrees out.
The followers have been going way up the last couple of months. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very, you know what? We do appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Absolutely.
And in case you're wondering, we do need you to subscribe also to our newsletter. Head over to getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. So I'm having a little bit of a question here.
What happened?
Is that, we give away things.
Right.
Once a month. Over on the website, which, by the way, we have a fantastic new website. And so we've been giving away like iPhones.
Right, which people have been responding to.
We tried the Amazon gift card. Done.
Eight people.
Nobody wanted that.
They were all in one household, too.
And then we tried laptops.
Okay.
Didn't really work.
No.
MacBook versus a Windows. So I came up with this idea. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Okay.
Is that if you win the contest, is that you'll get an official Kim Commando swag bag, okay, with a hat and a fanny pack and a shirt.
Sure.
And then you can get my voice on your voicemail greeting.
Okay. Still waiting for the prize. Okay.
And I thought that would be a good prize.
Amazon gift card. Never looked better.
No, I think, you know what I'm thinking? How about $1,000 gift card for whatever airline of your choosing?
$1,000?
Yeah. Just like $1,000, whatever airline that you want.
Sure.
And so whether you want to go on Southwest, Delta, Hawaiian, whatever it may
Win a
be.
summer vacation.
What do you think? No, seriously, do you think that would be a good one?
I suggested this months ago.
You did not. I just came up with this great idea today.
We were sitting there going back and forth, and I said, you should give away a summer vacation. And then you were all self-involved, not even paying attention.
You're such a dick.
That one was on the podcast. The first one was prior. This one was official.
Hey, listen, if you're listening to the podcast, you can actually watch us do this podcast Monday, Wednesday, Friday, youtube.com/Kim Commando. That's youtube.com/Kim Commando. And in case you're watching today, I didn't have a lot of time to work on my makeup. So this is kind of like what you see is what you get.
You look great.
I put on a little mascara.
But you know what's funny is I always say to Jennifer, I say, I like when women don't wear makeup. And she's like, no, you don't. I'm like, I do. I like it. She's like, no, you like when women wear a little makeup, a little mascara, a little bit of blush. That's what you like.
I don't even have blush on.
No?
Oh.
Well, that's why your cheeks are so shiny.
I'm not going to say it again. But
you're thinking it.
You know what I'm thinking. It's right there. It's just right there. Right there. This is why Mom loved me more. I'm just saying. All right. Here are the top 5 things you need to know is happening in the tech world right now. And we're going to start with a crazy story.
What happened?
This is really something. This guy gets a phone call. And guy says, I'm from the government. I'm here to help you. And there has been some illegal activity on your Amazon account. But if you do the right thing, is that we will make it all go away and we're not going to put you in jail. And this 78-year-old guy says, well, what exactly do I need to do? The guy says, my name's Alba, and I need you to go get $154,000 in a cashier's check. Then I need you to go buy some gold bars using that cashier's check. Then I'm going to give you the location of a black sedan. Put the gold bars in an iPhone box in the back seat of the black sedan, where I will go pick up the gold bars. And because I'm from the government, I will make all these problems disappear, and you are not going to go to jail. So the guy does all this.
Please tell me you called police first and this is like some elaborate sting operation.
No. So after he drops the gold bars off in the back seat of a black sedan, it occurs to him that this is probably not legit.
That long.
And he calls the police. And the police say, is the guy still calling you? He says, yeah, Alba's still calling me, because he's saying that the 2 gold bars, the $154,000, it was not enough.
Oh, no.
The government needed more money from him.
You think that would be enough.
So he had to go buy some more gold bars.
So now they got the sting operation.
Yes.
All right.
Now they got the sting. This time he was instructed to put the gold bars in the back of a Toyota.
So they're switching vehicles. That's smart. They don't want to be caught.
And Alba got into the car after the guy dropped off the additional gold bars that was nothing but fishing magnets.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't actually go buy the gold. And then he drove off, and the police followed him. And it turned out the guy's name is Teja Kumar Patel.
Not Alba?
No. 21 years old.
No, his job with the government's got to be in jeopardy after this.
Oh, I'm sure. He came to the United States in October 2023 and has a green card.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm sure he didn't have any record before coming here. He just started doing those scams the minute he got to America.
So if you're listening or watching and you get a phone call from the government and they say that they're there to help you and you have to go buy some gold bars and put it in the back of a car in an iPhone box.
Not real. It's fake. It's a scam. I have actually a question for you.
Yes.
My robocalls since switching phones have totally decreased. I don't know if it's the connection of going from Verizon to AT&T, if it's the Samsung phone works better at blocking and not pushing through the spam. I don't know. But the ones I am getting are all the same. That They're from the claims department because they recently knew I was in a car accident and they want to collect some money so that then they can send me my money for my repairs.
Okay.
Here's my question. Is that leaked from my side or is that leaked from their side?
Probably their side.
You think it's their side?
Yeah, especially now because of the whole CDK cyber attack.
Okay.
Which, by the way, if you're not getting our free newsletter, we told you about the cyber attack like a week or so ago.
Silly people.
And now it's just hitting mainstream news. It's like,
get the newsletter. See how mad and vulgar she can get if she gets angry at you? Get the newsletter.
well, I'm just saying, like, if you want to be up to date, this is what you need.
So you think it's their side?
Yes, because we had like CDK is all the software that runs all the auto repair shops, dealerships, and things like that.
Okay.
And so they just had this big, massive data breach. That's why they're actually having trouble selling cars right now.
Because of that?
And they're back to pen and paper. Would you like to buy this car?
I love that. When you put the numbers down, like $350 a month, $2,000 down, and they put that line with an X, if we can get here, will you agree? And you sign it. It's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. No. I'm sure you haven't been one of those car negotiations in a while. You get them straight plucked off the factory in Germany or wherever your car was built.
I know. So cool.
It's very cool.
I know. Love that. Did I show you what it says? Where it says Commando?
You did?
Oh, I love that.
So cool.
I know. Do you drink coffee? I don't.
Yes.
Okay.
Multiple times.
250 types of coffee could contain a deadly toxin.
Only 250?
Coming in at number 2. What you want to do is look for anything that says produced and distributed by Snap Chill LLC.
Okay. I will check that out.
If you need the list of all the products, we have it over at Commando.com.
So one coffee place makes 250 brands?
Yes. It's right, and it's the Snap Chill LLC label is right below the nutritional facts.
Okay. I'll look for it.
Job a nice day.
Unnecessary. Didn't need that there. We could have just went to number 3 seamlessly.
I saw a sign coming in at number 3, and Barry wanted to put it in our yard, and I said, "You're not doing it."
What did the sign say?
And it said, a warning, burglars, and it had like a picture of a gun.
Sure.
And it says, "Life is short. Don't make it shorter."
You wouldn't let him do that?
No.
Your HOA would approve that? Maybe not.
So he does have a sign at our house in Santa Barbara, and I was going for a walk. Well, he likes signs. Let's just put it that way.
Yep.
Like we had a lot of signs.
There's a sign out there that says, "Look, read this sign," and then there's a sign right next to it.
It's crazy. I mean, we used to joke that I would have a sign that said "host." Right? Okay. And so in Santa Barbara, we have signs out front: no trespassing, private entrance only. So I go for my walk. I walk 25, 30 miles a week. And this woman stops me. She says, "Do you live at that house at the end of the street, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I do. Why?" And she says, "Oh, I find the signs offensive."
No trespassing is offensive?
I said, "Really? What sign is that?" And she says, "The one that says armed response."
Oh.
That seems a little oppressive to me.
Yeah, you don't want to oppress those burglars.
So
how dare you? You should promote them. Leave out cookies and milk.
Come on over. Come on. Won't you be my neighbor?
High five.
South American gangs are now leaving little surprises in your front yard.
What kind of surprises?
Hidden cameras recording on SD cards that are wrapped in camouflage.
Is this different than the 2 rocks duct taped together with the camera inside of it?
Yeah. Now they're just doing like putting the cameras when they're just wrapping them up in green tape and just shoving them into bushes.
Okay.
And so making sure, of course, that they can see. So what they want to do is your schedule. See when you're coming and when you're going.
Sure.
Coming, go. Coming, going, coming, going. And if you haven't seen the SWAT team come and jump my fence and run into my house because the Chilean gangs had targeted us, you might want to check that out.
If you're on YouTube, just, go to the feed. It's under the videos. Scroll down. It's definitely worth the watch. Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable.
Still to this day. You experience that. You just want to go outside and see a helicopter fly around.
I wonder what they want. This is so cool. This is so great.
Barry, there's about 30 guys in our front yard.
And they're all hot. And all of them are like under the age of 30.
Muscular.
Finally, this coming in. If you have a business on TikTok, is that they have this new tool called the Symphony Digital Avatars. And so what you can do is say, I want to sell like the newsletter.
Okay.
And TikTok has put together ways for you to like hire an actor, have the actor say whatever you want it to say, and then you just buy ads based on that video.
Okay.
But the actor isn't really an actor.
I was going to say, finally, we're not using AI. I was wrong.
It's all AI. And I saw this ad this morning. Now, let me back up just a second. Jeff, who works for us, I don't think you've met Jeff. Jeff is responsible for buying the ads for the newsletters on Instagram and Facebook and other places because as we are trying to keep growing the newsletter and subscription business. Because, I think I've run out of friends.
You think so?
Yeah.
You hit 500,000 and you're tapped?
I think I am, honest to goodness. I told them this in the meeting last week. I said, I think, everybody has their own circle. I think I've tapped out of my circle.
Okay.
So we're buying ads. And so, we buy static ads. And I said, what about if we try like video ads where somebody's like actually like pitching the product and talking about the product? And he's like, well, I got to get on Fiverr. I got to find the talent. And then we got to give them the script. And then we got to tell them how to deliver it. He said, it's not hard, but it's just going to take a lot of time. Here, watch this video.
Looking for a natural supplement to stop diseases and avoid taking vaccines? Use Miracle Grow supplements and you will find your body doing things it could never do before.
Okay. That is not a person. That's an AI-generated spokesperson that talking about having Miracle Grow will help. Okay, obviously it's bogus. But what did you think of that?
For all, I knew it was AI going in. So that's not fair.
That's true.
Compared to scrolling. If we could rewatch it, the arm movements are unnatural and the chest and legs do not move at all. Can we rewatch it? Is that possible, guys?
Mads can do anything.
I know.
Looking for a natural supplement to stop diseases and avoid taking vaccines?
Yeah, the hands are definitely
Miracle Grow
not
supplements, and you will find your body doing things it could never do before.
I mean, you told me it was AI, so I was looking for those things. But if I'm just scrolling, absolutely not. There's no way. And it looks like Luka Doncic. I don't know. You don't know who that is. He's a basketball player. Looks exactly like him.
We know what? What an assumption you just made.
Okay.
That I would not know.
You're right.
What this guy did when he was playing.
Which guy?
The Lucas guy.
Which one?
The guy on the street.
Yeah, I know. What was his name?
Started with an L.
Did. Good. That retention right there. Hopefully you witness a crime. The cops can quiz you. I think it was an elephant. I don't know.
I'm not that bad.
It looks like I'm wondering if they designed that AI. Now, is that a person that they hired and said, hey, can we use you? It's fully 100% generated.
Yes, 100% generated. So who's the basketball guy?
Luka Doncic, best basketball player in the world.
So
you did. You said Lucas.
It's close. You could have given me like, oh yeah, it was close. Instead of you're like.
And then I asked you again, and you're like, started with an L because you had no confidence in Lucas at all.
And so what does he do?
He's a basketball player.
What? I mean, like, who does he play for? What does he do?
Tell me. Who does he play for?
Let me think about this.
Okay.
Because I know this is a trick question.
So right now I'm breaking down the numbers. I'm gonna say 40% chance you actually name a real basketball team. It's possible. There's 60% chance you're gonna go different sport.
Trailblazers.
Very good.
Okay.
That's not where he plays.
Oh.
But that is a basketball team from the city of
Portland.
Oh wow, she's on fire. Dallas Mavericks. It's Dallas Mavericks player.
And
it looks exactly like that guy.
Okay, and he's a tight end?
Yeah. He's a point guard. Shooting guard. Plays guard. Tight end's a football position.
Oh.
You should know this. Taylor Swift dates a tight end.
And let me tell you, he's got a tight end.
Weddings are the celebration of all the details that make a couple perfect for each other. And you can find your perfect fit too at Indochino. Choose every detail of a custom tailored suit, from lapels to linings and more, starting at just $4.99. My bad. Shh. Sorry. Find the suit that's perfect for you. Go to Indochino.com and use code PODCAST for 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more. That's 10% off $3.99 or more at Indochino.com. Code PODCAST.
Hey, it's Kim Commando today. It's your fun podcast about all things digital. If you're looking for the Kim Commando show, the big show that's on over 400, 500 stations, the award-winning show, it's actually the number 3 show in Rwanda.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got bad intel.
Yeah, we did. We got bad intel.
We thought the Kim Commando Today podcast was the one that's number 3. It's not. It's the Kim Commando Show podcast, which is the number 3 technology podcast in Rwanda.
I think, you know what? I think we're going places.
You just launched and you're already 3 in Rwanda.
I know.
Think about that.
I know. So if you're looking for the Kim Commando show, there's 2 ways you can get it. Number 1, you can get it with commercials. And before you sit there and go like, oh, Kim Commando, why do you have so many commercials in your show? Oh, my gosh, what are you doing? Okay. I don't know if you noticed, but it takes money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We got internet bills. We got production bills. We got building bills, lighting bills, music licensing, and then I have to look this good all the time.
That little bit of makeup, still very expensive.
So expensive. You have no idea. I mean, do you think I'm going to Rite Aid for this stuff?
Sephora's not cheap, people.
Or you can get it commercial free. Now, if you want it commercial free, then I'm going to get somebody to say, well, why do you have to charge for that, Kim Commando?
This listener has such a beautiful voice. It's like a siren calling.
But you know what? Because I get that with the newsletter. Because I read every comment that comes in.
But everybody complains about everything.
I know. But it's why do you have to put ads in the newsletter? Oh, because I'm just going to sit here on my butt, do this every single day for free. For you.
Also, the customer service is so great. Like the Kim Commando Today podcast.
All right, that was a little harsh. It was a little harsh.
Yeah. You're on a roll today.
Yes, I am.
Watch out, everybody.
You're such a great guy.
Great guy.
All right. So a couple of years ago, we were approached to have to build one of those little libraries.
Oh, approached by whom? The neighborhood?
Yeah, the neighborhood.
Okay.
So, so Carrie, it was really great. They gave us a kit and we tried to do it ourselves in the break room. And then finally I called Carrie, Carrie, he can fix anything and do anything.
Right.
This guy's so smart. And I said, Carrie, look at our little library. The door doesn't work. It was and it really was literally just put these nails together.
Oh.
So Carrie fixed it all up and painted it. And we have it, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood around here. And so the whole idea is that you give a book and you bring a book.
Right.
Give a book, bring a book. So I read about Brian Morrison. Okay. Brian Morrison has a great idea. Instead of little library books, why don't we put DVDs in there? So you can leave a DVD, and borrow a DVD. Kind of like a free, what he calls the free Blockbuster movement.
That's cool.
I know. So here to talk to us is Brian himself. Hey,
Hi,
Brian.
guys.
So, Brian, how'd you come up with this idea?
Well, we all have a lot of DVDs or even VHS tapes sitting around. And the question in my head was, how can we share them rather than hoarding them in our houses? And the little free libraries were a great model for that. So we said, well, let's do little free video stores.
And so was the immediate reception yes, this is great, or I'm not really sure we're into it?
I think the immediate reception was confusion. It's what is this thing and why is it here and who is going to use this thing? And the beginning was a process of people coming to understand what we were doing. And I think, we're making some progress. There's a robust community now. But I think there's still people who find these things and go, oh my gosh, what is this? I can't imagine something like this exists.
So do you have the numbers on robust community? How many actual free Blockbusters there are?
It's very hard to pin an exact number down because, we're not monitoring these things all the time, but there are over 200 free Blockbuster locations in the US, Canada, Mexico, the UK, and Australia.
Oh, wow.
And we would love one in Rwanda. If anyone in Rwanda would like to start up Rwanda's first free Blockbuster,
they love tech.
Personally send you tapes and DVDs.
They love tech over there, so this is bound to work.
You know what? I'm glad, Brent, thank you for mentioning that, because that's something, I'm in the National Radio Hall of Fame. I've been I get all these awards, but it wasn't until I became number 3 in Rwanda that I thought to myself, you know what? I made it.
You know, you said something interesting at the beginning here. You said, everyone has DVDs and I don't have one. I don't have one
Really?
physical piece of media, unless it's old audio cassettes of me from early radio days. I don't have any physical media in my house.
Okay, I don't know who you are, where you came from, but I probably have at least 200.
Really?
Yeah, and I wanted to get rid of them, and Barry's like, no, because the boat has a DVD player. And I'm like,
yeah.
like I'm really gonna sit there on the boat and watch a movie, but that's okay. Sometimes like when you're married, you got to pick your battles,
Right.
And that's the 200 DVDs sitting in a cabinet isn't something that is a battle.
You lose the boat battle, and you'll win something more important later.
like a big diamond.
Now, when it comes to the mini libraries, how many how many VHS and DVDs are they storing inside of each one of these?
Oh, it's always different because you can build your free Blockbuster from anything, so it could be a milk crate, it could be an old cabinet, and it's going to depend what, you build your franchise from will dictate what the capacity is. But, we've got one location up in Canada that's an old piece of furniture, and it's got to have hundreds of DVDs.
Oh,
in it.
wow.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So are there instructions like how to get started on your site, and is there other requirements can anybody just do this?
Anybody who wants to provide a free movie library to their community can get involved for free. There are no requirements or costs to start up a free Blockbuster. You just find something that you think would work, put some movies in there, make them available to your community, and let us know on our website, freeblockbuster.org. And if you do want some tips on how to get started, there is a whole page there, including free downloads of our artwork that you can use as you build.
Now what about, because there's all kinds of movies.
Here comes the doubting.
No. I'm serious. There's all kinds of movies.
Right.
You got G, PG, R, X.
We really like Blockbuster. Consider this a family store, so we're not real keen on X-rated material. I think we leave it up to each individual community for what works best in their community. If it's a free Blockbuster box in a school, that's going to be very different than, say, a free Blockbuster box in an office or on a military base. But, generally, just like Blockbuster, we do try to keep it to G through R rated films.
I remember in the early days of the rental places, there'd always be that red curtain in the back of the rental store. So maybe people can have like a little curtain in front of their backyard, and you go back there, and that's where you find. No.
All
right. I'm just there's brainstorming. There's no bad ideas during brainstorming.
Yeah, that's a. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't. Sorry. Bleep. That's okay.
Really didn't like that idea.
That's just a crappy idea.
Gotcha.
That's a crappy idea.
Take two.
Can't believe that slipped out. Sorry. Good thing's the pod, not the show. And so, Brian, how do people learn more?
Visit us at freeblockbuster.org. Follow us on social media. There are always new franchises popping up, and you can get great ideas on what you might want to do for yours. There's a recent trend of people getting blue and yellow balloons for their premiere days, which is kind of new this summer, and we're into it. That's really the best part about it, is everyone who takes on founding a free Blockbuster adds something to the project in a way that is really wonderful and collaborative and cool.
That's very cool.
I love this story. I think this is great stuff. Brian, thanks for being here, sharing with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Maybe we should do one out front.
Yeah.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Can't wait to get the clip. That's all I'm saying.
Why? What are you going to do with the clip?
I'm just going to keep it from our personal collection. Kim Commando, dropping the S-bomb.
It could have been worse.
It could have. Yeah, there are a couple letters, a couple words you could have did that were worse.
Do you remember what Mike James did years ago?
Mm-mm.
Is that I was doing a podcast.
Right.
I get so relaxed doing a podcast. Doing a podcast, and I was having trouble saying a word, and I said "oh" with the F word.
Okay.
Fudge.
Fuddy-duddy.
And so the podcast goes out about 10 minutes after it drops. The email on the website just blows up, and social media blows up. He didn't edit that out.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, then I try to find him. He was like hiking. And I'm like, Mike, you got to get off of Camelback right now.
I dropped the F-bomb and it's live.
And you didn't erase it. Get rid of it. It's your fault.
Barry did the same thing once. We were doing recording a commercial. Her husband, Barry Young, was a talk show host here in the Valley in Phoenix. And we're recording a commercial for a company. I don't know if I should say the name. It's called Parker and Sons.
Yes.
And at the end of the 60 seconds, he's like, "Oh, old man Parker and his 5 ugly sons will come on out and fix your..." Well, I forgot to cut that part out.
Old man Parker and his 5 ugly sons?
Yeah. And so that went to sales. Sales, of course, didn't listen to it, sent it on to the client. Thank God they had a sense of humor. They were like, "Oh, that ending part's so funny, but we shouldn't air that."
I liked when you guys would do the spots for Sexton Pest Control. Because I remember you guys would go back for it. Okay, it's not sex and pest control.
Or remember tank paint?
No, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, the commercials sounded like they were saying taint paint. We had some fun with that one.
Hey, it's Kim Commando today. We're so glad that you're here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, follow, because it's super important, because that's the way that you game big tech's algorithm, so that this way more people get exposed to the product. Because, here's the deal. Big tech, they control what you see, but they base what you control and see on what other people think about what they see. So again, you want to like, comment, share, follow.
Can I tell a story about you that's connected to that?
Yes.
One time we were doing the big show, the important one. And
not this one, not this crappy one.
And I was call screening, and you came in and you were just furious. And I was like, "What's going on?" You're like, "I hate Facebook." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And you're like, "We used to post a video on Facebook, and within hours, it would get 50,000, 100,000.
Yes.
Everyone that follows the page would get access to it. And now they're limiting it to people, and now I want to show it to everybody. They want to make me pay."
Oh, I was so mad.
So mad.
Because those videos went from like 50, 100,000 views in a day to like 10.
If that. Some of them were even smaller.
Yes.
Oh, she was so mad.
Well, you know what? Because it's such a racket.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a racket. Because Facebook, they go out and they tell all these companies, "Oh, have all your fans join us on Facebook. Have everybody." And, and I was never the one doing that, by the way, which is why we don't have a huge Facebook following.
Right.
Okay. I mean, we're up to like 250,000 people or 500,000, but we're not like 20 million,
right,
50 million, whatever it is. Because I thought, you know what? I want to control my customer. So just as I start doing it, okay, that's what they say. "Oh, you want to pay to boost?"
Which didn't make it, which is illogical that you say you gain these followers. These people are saying, "I would like to see what you have to offer."
Correct.
And Facebook's like, "We're only going to show it to 10% of them. And if you want to show it to the rest, you got to pay." I understand Facebook's a business. Boy, was she mad that day.
I was so mad. All right, moving on. What do you got?
Speaking of you being mad, something happened in Florida.
Okay.
There is an empty lot in Fort Lauderdale. It's behind a lower income neighborhood, and it's been empty for years. It's just a parking lot. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, a ton of Tesla Cybertrucks show up. 34 to be exact. There's no security on this lot, no fences, no guards. They just parked 34 Cybertrucks in this lot in the middle of the projects in Florida.
Okay.
34. Why do you question 34?
No, I mean like 34 Cybertrucks. I mean like to gather all those trucks in one spot.
To coordinate that.
Yes.
Well, it turns out Tesla had rented the lot because they needed somewhere to put all of these cars that are overfilled because they're not moving as fast as they expected.
Really? The
Yeah.
design is not making people say...
Now, that's according to reports.
Okay.
This is not from Tesla. That is according to the report. So, 3 days later, someone went out and spray painted F Elon on every single one of the Cybertrucks. Now, there's no security. I don't know what you expect.
Right.
But this is how I'm tying it back to you. We did this show. You were live via Zoom on Friday. You were not in Phoenix.
Right.
Was this you? Did you go out to Fort Lauderdale and spray F Elon on all these Cybertrucks?
You know,
You can tell us. I know how much you don't like the man.
Do you see any black paint under my fingernail?
That's interesting that you bring that up. So she hired someone. Okay. That's interesting that you bring that up because the spray paint just wiped off. It didn't stick. I don't know what the Cybertruck is. Yeah. It didn't stick. They spray painted it. They went out there and washed them all off. Within hours, it was all gone. But someone went after Elon Musk and his Cybertrucks parked in Florida.
Me. I wouldn't do that.
No, well,
I'd just say it here on the show. I mean,
we know.
I mean, I just, remember Guy Kawasaki? I'm like, I don't like him. The guy's like, I don't like him either. I'm like, okay. But it is sad what happened to the toddler.
Oh, yeah, here in the valley.
Yes.
There was a Cybertruck that the battery
No,
died.
it wasn't. It was a Tesla
just
Y.
a Tesla vehicle. You're right.
Yes.
I apologize. The battery died, window locked. Because when the battery dies on a Tesla, you can't do anything. You can't unroll a window. You can't unlock the doors, which is weird. You think they would have some sort of security. I know if you're on the inside, you can.
Yeah, there's a thing.
But from the outside, you can't. And this in the valley was 118 degrees this weekend.
It's crazy.
So you think inside of a car, it's got to be 130, 140 degrees.
At least.
And there was a child stuck inside and they had to rescue it. They had to get through into the Tesla and get the baby out of there.
Yeah, 20-month-old.
Yeah.
Grandma was taking her to the zoo, which I don't know if that's very logical.
No, not
Like,
118 degrees.
I'm thinking, I think you want to do like an indoor activity.
But the Phoenix Zoo does have I'm not trying to make excuses. The Phoenix Zoo has a splash pad. Maybe they're going to play in the water at the zoo.
That's true.
Don't lock your kids in Tesla. Oh, I'm old.
Don't buy a Tesla.
There it is.
Hey, just a quick reminder, if you have not already, we would love for you to get our free newsletter. And if you already get the newsletter, tell one friend about the newsletter. Because that's the quickest and easiest way for us to continue to grow the newsletter is for you just to tell one person about the newsletter. Just one person. Well, you could tell two.
Yeah.
I mean, one or two.
You don't have to. You could a half dozen.
So I have a great video we're going to watch at the end. So if you are listening to the audio version of the podcast, and you want to ever see one of the videos that we are talking about, just head over to youtube.com/KimCommando. And then you can always just fast forward to wherever you want to go in the video. Then you can you don't have to watch us do this whole thing again.
Just zoom to the end.
But I know that you'll want to.
Yeah.
Okay. So porch pirates.
Well, now I have a video as well. Is this like a battling videos here? Because there was a instance where someone on their doorbell camera caught porch pirates.
Okay.
Do we have the video, Maddie? Can we throw it up? Now, here it is. You see the delivery, the guy delivering the package. He's walking right up.
Okay.
Now, there's a car that just pulls up right behind the delivery driver.
Okay.
You can't see it in frame right now, but there's another car parked right there. Now, these two guys are going to battle over stealing the package.
Oh, no. You're kidding.
The guy with the hood on has a knife. The other guy defends himself with a flower pot. He lost. The guy with the knife got the package. The homeowner saw this whole thing, knew that they were out there, felt threatened, felt like he was in danger, but then started thinking about it. Those were my iPhones, my brand new iPhones from AT&T being delivered. A car is staked out in front of my house.
How did they know?
Another car is following the delivery driver. What the heck is going on?
Somebody at the store is releasing the information.
To somebody.
Or
Are
somebody-
they selling it online?
Yes.
And you sold it to two porch pirates. You screwed up. You almost had pirate on pirate crime.
Just, there's somebody sold the tracking number.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Now, did someone hack this guy's email, got the tracking number, then that person sold it? Not trying to indict anyone at AT&T.
Hey, you know what? It's so hard to say because you have so many points of entry.
Yeah.
I mean, along the way. I mean, it's like, sometimes I get emails like this. It's like, oh, what could it be? I'm like, I don't know. I was on a talk show last night, Walter Sterling's show.
Okay.
And Walter used to be Walter Sabo. Remember, he's a big radio consultant for many, many years. He's actually the guy who invented the AC format.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So now he's doing talk show every night. So I was on a show last night and he opens it up by talking about asking me why his printer doesn't work with his phone. And he tries AirPrint. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. I mean, is it him? Is it the printer? Or is it the phone? Or
Did you walk him through step by step on how to get it fixed?
I asked him a personal question.
Why the heck are you trying to print something from your phone?
I said, Walter, are you nice to small children and animals? I mean, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why it doesn't work. And then I said, have you tried turning it on and off again? I mean,
did you kick it? Have you kicked the printer yet, Walter?
I mean, sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Nobody knows.
Call HP.
I don't know. I don't know.
Use your radio show as a platform.
No, but he's very nice. He was giving me he loves the newsletter.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was really
Can't
nice.
print it, but he's sure he loves it.
Sure. So we do the whole half-hour interview. We talk about everything. And then he says, thanks for being here and all this other stuff. And I said, hey, Walter, I think you need to buy a new printer. All right. So I have this big 95-pound golden retriever.
Right.
Love this dog. I do. I love Abby so much. There's an airline called JSX here in town. We've talked about it. And they actually are all around the country now.
Yeah.
And they're getting around FAA regulations in order to provide charter flights.
Okay.
So it's a long story. They got two companies. Barry explained the whole thing to me because he had to go figure it all out. And so,
how bored were you when he was explaining it? Pretty bored.
And sometimes I feel like I'm so mean because he'll be telling me, I'm like, I look at him and go, you're losing me.
Well,
You're losing me.
But it's a factor too. Your patience versus his storytelling details.
Oh, yes.
They don't align sometimes.
No. And it does. And I look at him and go, I'm like, okay.
I got a newsletter that's got to be on in 3 hours.
Exactly. I got to go right now. But the best one was when Ian was growing up. Is that Ian? If he was if he mouthed off to me or something, okay, I'd wait until we're at dinner, and then I'd look at Ian and I'd say, and I'd look at him just like this with my payback is tough. I look at him and I go, honey, you know so much about science. And Ian was asking me today, what is the difference between the rings around Venus and whether or not Pluto is actually a planet?
And go. Punishment ensued.
Barry would go on well, son, that's a really good question.
I'm so glad you asked.
And then let's start not at Venus and Pluto, but there are so many planets in the solar system that let's start at Mars and then go through the Saturn, the whole thing, and then Ian would look at me and then I'd be like, oh, I'm done with dinner. I'm cleaning up.
I think someone's calling. I'll be right back.
So I don't know where I went with that, but I'm back right now.
Abby, you have a dog named Abby.
This is what happens in this brain.
Oh, we just got right back on the freeway. We're good. took a little diversion to a Flying J, but we're right
here.
back on the freeway. Yes.
So on JSX, now I know where I was.
Right.
Now I'm back. Is that you can take your dog with you up to 65 pounds.
Okay.
So Abby can't go.
I was going to say, your dog weighs more than 65 pounds.
So there's this new airline called Bark. And it's really an airline for dogs. Watch their introductory video. It's really
Why is this guy going on an airplane in a dog crate? Well, that's the CEO of Bark, and he's trying to show people how miserable the traditional flying experience is for dogs to promote his new luxury airline that's designed for dogs first and humans second. Bark Air, the same company behind Bark Boxes, just had its maiden voyage, and oh yeah, it isn't cheap. A flight from New York to LA costs $6,000 for one dog and one human,
well,
but
that's for
here's
4
what the
tickets,
experience
though.
includes. A sunlit waiting lounge filled with treats and toys, an onboard spa for dogs, luxurious dog food and beverages, and best of all, the dogs don't have to be crammed into crates. The airline even does a pup intake to learn about the dog's preferences and temperament prior to the flight. And don't worry, because the flight's crew is trained in dog CPR and dog behavioral practices. Currently, Bark Air offers a very limited number of flights, but they're hoping to expand in the coming months, especially since demand has been high. All June and July flights are totally sold out.
These dogs are our children. They're part of our family. So I hope that we can create an experience that reaches every family that wants to travel with their entire family like they do with their children.
It's cool.
Is it going to work?
I think 2 dogs are going to get in a fight. Someone's going to get hurt, and it'll be over. You ever go to a dog park?
Yes.
Hold on. You have?
Yes.
Okay.
Why would you say I would never go to a dog park?
I know you. If you go to a dog park,
You are such a...
there is... sometimes there's the dog that just doesn't fit in with the rest of the dogs at the dog park.
Exactly.
And it's trouble. And it's hard to pull 2 dogs that are attacking each other at a dog park apart. Imagine doing that in a jet.
Well, they probably figure out, like, put the little dogs by the little dogs, the big dogs by the big dogs.
That's a heck of a price tag, though. 4 tickets for $6,000.
Was that round trip or one way?
I don't know. Seattle to LA, though. That's not even I think that was the flight, right? Seattle to LA. I don't even think that's
no,
not
it was New York, I think.
New York to LA?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm kind of on par.
Well, Barry would do this.
Yeah?
I mean, he loves Abby.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Sometimes I think he loves the dog more than me.
She's adorable.
Wait, how could that happen?
Oh, dogs don't talk back. Dogs don't say, I'm busy, and walk away from him. I mean, every time he walks in, the dog is happy to see him. Is that the case with you?
No, now I feel bad.
Yeah, it's okay. Get you a treat.
This program is a copyrighted production of Westar Multimedia Entertainment and protected by the copyright laws. Any rebroadcast or use of this program for commercial, business, economic, or financial purposes without the written permission of Westar Multimedia Entertainment is strictly prohibited.